So we'll start with our prayer. First we'll read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna and then Satsang. Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Asato ma Sadgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya Aviravirmayedhi. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So in the series of lectures by our guest speakers, this is the sixth session, first day of sixth session, and then tomorrow the second day. And we are very happy that my brother Satyamayananda ji has come from Seattle. On this occasion, we are, as you know, we are celebrating the centenary year of the starting of this center. It was started in the year 1925. So this is the centenary year. Satsang is very important in our life, in our lives. As Sri Ramakrishna said, Sadhu Sangha, Satsang. Because then we get inspiration. In our spiritual life, generally we are steeped in our worldly duties, and right from the morning we are busy with our daily chores. But then we need to spare a little time so that we can think of God and think about the truth of this world. So, without taking much time, I'll request Toby to read from the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna.
By mere study of the scriptures contain a mystery extremely difficult to separate the sugar from the sand. Therefore, one should learn the essence of the scriptures from the teacher or from the sadhu. Afterwards, what does one therapist from? To the devotee. Gather all the information and then plunge in. Suppose a pot has been dropped in a certain part of the lake. Locate the spot to dive in. One should learn the essence of the scriptures from the Guru and then practice sadhana. If one rightly follows spiritual discipline, then one directly sees God. The discipline is said to be rightly followed only when one plunges in. What will a man gain by merely reasoning about the words of the scriptures? The fools, they reason themselves to death over information about the past. They never take the plunge. What a pity.
Yes.
Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Pad Padme Tayor Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. I don't need to translate this because there are some centers which have a unique identity. Portland has that, which is the Divine Mother centered. So you're all familiar with Holy Mother. And I would like to profusely thank Swami Chandrasekharananda for inviting me here to be part of this centenary celebrations. We really can't imagine the immense sacrifices that have gone this is the last century to keep everything going on, to holding on to the ideal. It's not monks. What do monks do? They are supposed to do that only. But the devotees here, they have come and they have spent at times their youth and they are even now the old age. So the center with the Holy Mother at its center has been a central part of the life of all the devotees. And that is a great blessing. And I'm glad to be part of this celebration year. Portland and Seattle are considered sister centers. Somehow, in recent years, we have drifted a little away, but now we hope we come back to our old ways. Because Swami Asheshananda and Swami Vividishananda, who started the Seattle, were close buddies in the pre-monastic days.
And he started from here.
Yeah, and Vividishananda, he started here. So you can see our origins are in Portland.
Yes. And secondly, one thing I had to add, we call it Jairambati of the West. So
That's wonderful.
Holy Mother's place.
Holy Mother's place. See, somehow I picked it up from the ambience here. So Holy Mother, What's Holy Mother? To look at her, read about her, itself is a purification. Sometime back, there was a Swami who, of course, will be coming here. And he was here for many years as a young lad. Swami Arupeshananda. He was blessed by Swami Asheshananda. He was one of his disciples there, and very energetic Swami, and talking about, saying, the knowledge of Brahman, etc., and how difficult it is. I said, yeah. You missed the whole thing about this knowledge of Brahman. So I tried to explain it to him. I don't know if he was convinced, but I'll put this same knowledge of Brahman in a different way to you all. Okay? And this is also in continuation of the reading from the Gospel. You have to plunge into spiritual disciplines, and you can see God. This seeing God, and yes. In one of the Upanishads called the Kena Upanishad, it's a very small but a very terse Upanishad. And in that, we have two commentaries. One is for the mediocre, and one is for the little kind of advanced. And both these commentaries are actually tough. So the Upanishad keeps on speaking, and then after it goes, if you think you know Brahman, you do not know. And if you know, you do not know. What is this contradictory things? Naham manye, then the disciples, Naham manye suvedeti. I think I know, but at the same time I cannot say I do not know. I cannot say I do not know, and yet I kind of know. Then the Upanishad steps in. One who knows and yet does not know, and knows and yet does not know, he knows. I won't burden you with this Sanskrit, but I remember when I had just joined the monastery, and I had gone to Benares, and I met an old Swami, and then I liked him, and then on the second meeting, and he is saying, Naham manye suvedeti. He's quoting from this Upanishad. Yasya matam tasya matam. Oh my God, I said, what a so beautiful. It sounded so beautiful. And Brahman is known in every cognition. Pratibodha viditam matam. And one who knows it, knows Brahman in every cognition, attains immortality. Amritatvam hivnati. Etc. Atmanam vindyati. Viryam vidya. So, and since it's a very terse, very superlatively confusing to an ordinary intellect, but the intellect or the person who does spiritual disciplines, that person can immediately catch that. What the Upanishad is trying to say. So the Upanishads then it wants to say the same thing in a story form. And that's where the fun comes in. It elaborates that very truth in a story form. And it's a story in the sense of the story highlights something which is deep. So in all the mythology, we find there are these gods and these demons fighting with each other. They are constantly at battle. The forces of good and the forces of evil, etc. Whether you call it the impressions of good within and the impressions of bad within, take it whatever. So it is that mythology is nothing but a projection of our own inner nature. We are both good and bad at the same time. We are walking contradictions. And if you have not felt your own contradictions, then you're not living rightly. You got to walk a thin line between these contradictions. There are times when we are angels. And there are times when we are so murderous, we would like to burn the whole world. Yes. These godly tendencies in us and this destructive, they are all there within us. The body is made of both these. Otherwise, a human body is not possible. You see, when the merit of your past actions has increased to a certain level, you cannot have a human body. You'll have to have a God body. Shubham apnoti daivatam. When you have a lot of good karma, you attain superlative divine bodies. Nishiddham narakim tanum. That is, if you do something which is prohibited, you will get a body which is fit for experiencing those kind of results. Ubhabhyam punya papabhyam. When they both are equally balanced, manushim labate vasat. So we get a human body. When both the good and the bad are there, oh, the world is bad. And somebody says the world is good. It's both. Your body is a mixture of both. The world outside is a mixture of both. And all the philosophies and all these people, they are trying for a utopia, escape it, going to heaven and this and that. And oh my God, they've got the whole thing wrong. If only they would have understood this, that the world is a mixture. Your body and your mind is a mixture of both. So that has to be told to the people, in a way that it's comprehensible. So they said the gods and the demons and they're fighting and oh my God. And sometimes the gods win and sometimes the demons win. And sometimes God has to intervene, etc. And the underlying theme in most mythologies is this. Only at times when they have a common goal, then they start, you can say, working together. Like the churning of the ocean, etc. Hey, let's get that elixir to make us immortal, etc., etc. So, in one of the battles, this time Durga has not come to beat the demons like she did last time. No, she does it every time. The gods also, they are the complaining types. They will go and, oh my, see. And they're beating us. Do something. All right, I'll come, etc., etc. So, in one of the battles, the gods were victorious. And they were very happy. Oh, we have beaten them. You see, what happens is, people wonder, evil is more unified. Evil people all over the world think alike. They are very strong. That's why evil becomes very strong. Oh yes. You ever know? If you ask one person, he can break 20 cars and come back here without any kind of... The same thing can be done everywhere. Evil is more condensed, more unified, more monotonous. There's no variation. But there's more variation amongst the good. Oh yes, plenty of variation. That person is good, that person is... But they don't agree on many things together. And which is a good thing. The good are never unified. They have their internal differences. No. But they are good people. While evil, look at them. Immediately they will form a gang, they will have their laws, and they'll mete out the punishment if you step out of the line, and there. So it is the evil-minded form a world of their own. That's why they are very strong. It's the same everywhere. So in this, somehow, the gods became unified, and we have to beat these guys now. And they beat them. All right. And they were very, very happy. Finally, we did it without any external help. And they are congratulating themselves. So, the Supreme Lord, he understood. Oh, these guys are now in their self-congratulatory phase, and they're praising themselves and patting themselves on the back. Victory was ours, and we beat them, etc. So being the gods being good, obviously, Brahman wanted to set things right. So it appeared to the gods. And now the gods have an insight, the good people always have insights into things. That is the thing. Oh, I have my intuition. That itself shows that the mind is kind of limpid and it gets an insight into itself. Not instinct. There's the difference between intuition and instinct. Unfortunately, modern psychology and they club both of them together. Sorry about that. So they say, who is that? And they are deliberating amongst themselves. So, who's that? Who's that? What is that? And yet, they feel attracted towards it. They want to know. That's one of the hallmarks of a mind. It wants to know. It cannot rest in ignorance. I want to know what's in this cup. If you don't know what is that in the cup, you are still mature. You have to know things. I remember in one reminiscence of Swami Satyamayananda in his reminiscences of monastics, monastics, the second volume.
Vedanta monks.
Yeah, Vedanta Monks, volume 2. So Swami Vireshwarananda, he was Holy Mother's disciple, he was one of the presidents of the order, and he asked Swami Satyamayananda, he was a novice, some information. And Satyamayananda said, it looks to me, it seems to me, and immediately he gets a scolding. What? Don't say all these things. If you don't know, say you don't know. It seems, maybe. What kind of knowledge is that? This kind of, be precise. So, the gods also want to, are very precise. They want to know, what's that? Seems likely, what's this? Deliberating amongst themselves. So they had a mini conference there. And they said, you go. They told fire, god of fire, you go. So, yeah, sure. The word god of fire is called Agni. Agni is called, commentator Shankaracharya, Agre Gacchati, one who goes first. That is, the first oblations, if, we have this fire sacrifices. The first sacrifices are made to the god of fire. Right? Because he is the carrier. He goes first. And so he says, go. And then he goes in front of that yet unidentified form. The Upanishad says it's a form of a yaksha. Yaksha are the beings who can morph into different shapes. Shape shifting. So, that being, who are you? I am fire, Agni. I am called Jata Veda. Kind of like, he's praising himself. He's going to, his credentials. I am the one who goes first. I am the foremost as the other. And I am also known as Jata Veda. Jata Veda, one who knows Veda, the birth of creatures. So, I'm important. So, that form, so what can you do? I can burn everything. This whole world I can burn. So that form, that being, placed a straw in front of him. Burn that. And Agni, the god of fire, with all its enthusiasm, comes and tries to burn it. Can't. Kind of deflated. And then, his pride is crushed. He slinks away. And the other gods are waiting for him. What happened? I couldn't discern who that being is. Agni. Agni is one. It's an old Sanskrit word, Agni. That same word, ignition, ignite, English word has come from Agni itself. So, then they sent the other god, very powerful god, the god of wind. So he comes. So he's saying, you go, that god's, you go. And he goes, saying, who are you? I am the god of wind. Vayu. Va, that which flows, that which blows. And I'm also called Matarishva, one who blows in space. I occupy space. There is kind of credentials. What can you do? I can blow away everything in this. Again, that being placed a straw. Blow this. And the god of wind, with all its enthusiasm, full swing, and couldn't blow that. And you are shocked. pride was crushed and it returned. They asked, what happened? I couldn't discern who this, couldn't identify. Then if these two powerful gods have failed, you can imagine the other gods, lesser gods, no chance. So they tell the chief honcho of all the gods, Indra. Indra is called the king of the gods. Hey Indra, hey Magavan, go and find her. Okay. He goes. And as he approaches that being disappears. First is, that being at least spoke to the other gods, the other two gods. He didn't even speak to me. His pride was completely crushed. He was the king of the gods, He's not an ordinary one, the king of the gods. So, and it disappeared, and in that place appeared a female figure. And they say, like Uma Haimavati, her name was Uma. This is one of the first instances of the Divine Mother we get in the Vedic hymns, in the Vedic literature. And Bahu Shobhamanam, she was beautiful. Or she wore golden clothes. Or she was the daughter of the Himalayas, Himavan. So she was there, and Indra is saying, Mother, who is that being? Oh, that was Brahman. It was Brahman who was victorious. It was Brahman who gave you this victory, and you were thinking that you had won through your own efforts, through your own prowess. And that was a light that flashed in Indra's mind. So the commentator Shankaracharya says, who is this Uma Haimavati? She is the knowledge of Brahman. And she revealed the Brahman to Indra. And that is why Indra excelled all the gods. He received the knowledge of Brahman from the Divine Mother. Because he approached her most proximately, he had a glimpse of that being who was now, we know, had taken the form of a yaksha, an adorable one. And it disappeared, and the Divine Mother appeared to enlighten him. So knowledge of Brahman has always been considered the divine feminine. So Indra excelled because he now got a knowledge of Brahman. He had a glimpse of Brahman, and then the knowledge comes and says, this is what it is. And then he goes and tells the other gods. And the other gods also excelled. The fire and the god of wind. Because they had seen but yet not known. But it was through the agency of Indra that they were enlightened. So these various gods that are spoken of in mythology everywhere, philosophically, they are considered the bright ones, devas, deva, dhyu, Dyotanat Deva, that which shines. Don't worry, the Devas has become what is called Dios, Theos, theology. It's the same word. See how it has morphed. So people say, oh, Sanskrit is very difficult. Yeah. Don't worry. It is, if you can trace your language, whatever it is, you will find it reaching out to Sanskrit. That was the, as they say, mother lode. And in Spanish and all this the Devas. It's the Devas, the shining ones. What are the shining ones? Philosophically, they are the senses. Agni, Vayu, etc., are all the gods are there within you. You know, Swamiji wanted the Vedanta to be preached as emphasizing the divinity of everyone. Each soul is potentially divine, etc. What is it divine? Your very senses are all gods, divine. Now you know. They are called the shining ones. And there are various other aspects of your sensory and motor. Each one is presided over by a god. Yes, you may not like it. Vedanta has been kind of, in this country at least, has been preached as preaching illusion, which was somehow got derailed from its essential message. The divinization of life and the world, it's all divine. What illusion? This, what you see is illusion, but then the background is divinity. So there's divinity here, and that same gods inhabit all the senses of all the creatures. Not fully, a counterpart is out in the external world as well. So your identity itself is divine, and it is presided over by the king of gods. Indra is considered the intellect. So the intellect gets the first glimpse of this knowledge of Brahman. So who is Uma Haimavati? Divine Mother. And who is that Brahman? Shri Ram Krishna. Holy Mother will lead us to Shri Ram Krishna. Apparently they are two separate, but they are not. It is Mother who will take the veil out of ignorance out and give you that knowledge of the Atman. Where is the Atman? There, it is Shri Ram Krishna there within you. He is your Atman. And we call Mahamaya ki Jai, Jai Mahamaya. What is the great Maya? She is also. So when I told Arupeshananda, why you want the knowledge of Brahman, is saying, yeah, Holy Mother is the knowledge of Brahman. And for a moment, yes, that knowledge of Brahman in the Upanishads and all, it's so abstract, so subtle, so sublime. It's difficult for us to even grasp it. But here that knowledge of Brahman has come in the form of the Divine Mother, here as Holy Mother. What more do you want? So you want the knowledge of Brahman? Go to her. But keep your pride, etc. Don't go and say, I am the first one. I know everything, like the other gods who did. Go as a child to its mother. The child is without ego. And Holy Mother said, all beings in the world are my children. Now what more do you want? This is so you go to her. No, don't go as a grown up there. Go without as a child. So I think it's in the Bible also. Unless you be born and become like a child, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven or something. Yeah, that's what. Those guys got it right. We have been misinterpreting things.
And Swami Brahmananda used to go to mother like a child.
Oh, he used to.
And once
Yeah, he used to kind of
mother
tremble.
asked through someone that why Shakti is worshipped first.
Golapma, yeah.
Gulapma. And then Brahmanji said that because she is holding the key of Brahman.
Yeah. She holds a key to the knowledge of Brahman, yes. So we don't realize what she is. And we are lucky. But yet, we have to approach her. Yet all those kind of, I am so and so, I am this and that. And that has to go away. So, when you go to the Holy Mother, go as a child to its mother. Just after the Vespers, Swami sang and sang, Ku putro jayati kvachit, kumata na bhavati. A child may be evil, a born evil, but there is never an evil mother. So here it is. The mother is there. And she says, if the child soils itself, then it's my job to take it on the lap and clean it. You think, so when you read Holy Mother's life and message, read it like this is a knowledge of Brahman speaking to us. What more do you want? Oh, this knowledge, I have to read this Upanishads, then I have to read Brahma Sutras, I have to read the commentaries, and oh my God, and all these. They will make your head reel. Simple, here's truth. And you want to go about all over beating around the bush. Are you crazy? Here it is. She will reveal herself. She is the knowledge of Brahman. She is Brahman. Brahmamai, Anandamai. Thank you very much.
Any question? Suji?
When Indra went to check out Brahman, did he just go with humility? I mean, I wasn't clear about whether...
No, he went. He's the king of the gods. You see?
How come he got the good deal where the others don't get?
He's the king of the gods. To be a leader of somebody, you must have some qualities, isn't it? Nobody makes you just one leader just because you look good. You must have some qualities. So Indra has some qualities. He's, as I said, head honcho there, big top gun. So but yet, representing the intellect has a pride. And that's what I think in the biblical literature it is said that be careful of the wiles of the intellect. Something like that. So the intellect can take you. You have intelligent crooks and thieves.
Like Indra and Virochan.
Yeah, there's another one. That's another story, yeah. So, he is the intellect, that is, represents intellect. So, intellect catches and then The senses get it first. So he is Magavan, king. King has its own, I'm the king of the gods. And the other gods will say, you go. Oh, Magavan, that is, you're the king of the gods, you go. So he also goes with, I'm the king of the gods, I should know.
This is a little bit off the subject, but something struck me when you said that the evil forces of the darkness is more unified
Yeah.
than the light. Why do you think is that?
That's the nature of the world. What do you mean, why? They will say, why is that? That is the nature of evil, that is the nature of good. It is, why does the wind blow? Do you ask? And then, no, it blows, the wind blows and the sun shines. It's a nature of evil to be, because it has to protect itself.
So you can take example from nature.
Yeah.
Say water flowing down. Then when it flows down, it's like unified from both the shores or that
Banks.
banks. So it is unified. But if you want to go up, it requires tapasya, and it is individual.
So the nature of fire is to burn, and the nature of water is to flow, to be cool, and the nature of wind is kind of dharma. It's a very dharma. The dharma of evil is they will protect each other.
Of course,
You
they
will
also
say.
will fight. Ultimately, when the booty comes,
Yeah.
they also will fight.
Then they start fighting amongst themselves. Evil destroys itself. For momental, but it's never destroyed. And religions have been wrestling with this idea of evil. Every religion has started trying to solve the problem of evil. Yeah, that is that. And you know what we did? In Hinduism, we combined both good and evil in Kali. See, both all the gods, goddesses. See, they're unified. So there, if you can understand the iconography of Kali, there is no evil there. There is no good also there on that level. So there it is.
When even mother is killing,
Yeah.
chitte kripa samarnishta
Yes.
vadacha. So within her heart, it is the blessing that's flowing. But apparently she was killing also.
And she's liberated. After killing her, they are getting liberated. So you see, all the din and the bustle and the noise, and for 10 days she's fighting and fighting and fighting, killing them and liberating them. And all, we have been taken for a ride actually.
Yeah. So, when I was reading Chandi, somebody said, I feel like go in the open field and kill people. It's not like that.
Swami, as you're talking about evil, it sounds like, and the people who get liberated, right, by getting killed by Divine Mother or Vishnu, or Krishna or Ram, so the evil, in a way, gets a better deal, because like, boom, they get killed, I'm liberated. Well, like the good rishis are doing all this fussing, and then it's like, you just keep doing it, and then, but if Ram just came, boom, they're done. Like, it's a short post.
In those cases, those evildoers also performed a lot of tapasya. I think Ravana did a little less tapasya. Then, so they also, the evil also, they have to get power. You see, they also perform spiritual discipline. But their goal is different.
And like power lies in goodness.
Yeah.
If you are good, you are prized, you are given award immediately because you are good. So it does not require somebody else's grace. Grace it flows from within.
Yeah, and good expands your heart, evil contracts it. So there are all these various, you can see, distinctions, but it is there. It has been there always, and it will be there always. To think that you can escape it by going to heaven, I don't know if there was, you all remember, I don't know, I'd seen a clip of an old movie. That guy, he goes to rob a bank, and in the middle, he was shot and killed, and then he goes to, and because he's a robber and all, he goes after death, and then he goes to heaven, and he's having a nice time. Then he gets bored, and then he wants to rob a bank here. There's no bank to. What can I do? Can the bank, And then this heaven is a boring place this time. And then he's troubled, terribly troubled. But then that other gentleman, an angel in disguise with a three-piece suit, said, "Who told you this is heaven? This is hell." So, I think we can escape all these things. This is a duality which is a natural explanation of things. And it's not that the Jews and the Christians got it from themselves. No, it was there. They got it from Zoroastrianism. The first, that was the bedrock of all Semitic religions. So Zoroastrianism, they get the duality. So it's a common sense view of things. At 7, 8, 10,000 years back, people wanted simple explanations. That was that, all right. And Garden of Eden and this and that, and okay, stories. And if you think that Garden of Eden is real, and Adam and Eve is real, and this and that, there you missed the whole thing. It's an allegory. Things that...
Wine is flowing.
Yeah, milk and honey and this and that. Yes?
You were both talking about how to go upward, like to go down doesn't, like has its own momentum, but to go upward we have to do tapasya. So, and you also talked about approaching with a childlike nature and trying to overcome our ego. So with that context in mind, might you offer a few thoughts when we can become like when we see like, oh, I can feel I'm identifying with my ego. When you notice, you have your moment of awareness, you're noticing that, then what might be a good next step?
I don't know if you I think you must have read, come across that book, I'm Okay, You're Okay. You heard that book? You heard of that book? Yeah, it's a book on psychology. So I think when I was very young, I read that, and I liked that. I'm okay, you're okay. I'm okay, you're okay. I like the title. So I forget the author. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. They say that each person has 3 personalities, or 3 egos in it. The child ego, the adult, and the parent. So we play different roles at different times of the day and different time periods of our life. So the ego of a child is already there. That's what I wanted to say. So you don't have to...
That means simplicity.
Yeah.
As Sri Ramakrishna said, guilelessness. And he always praised this. Niranjan is good. Why? Because he is guileless.
Yeah.
And why he said that? Until or unless one is guileless, one cannot understand what is that supreme reality. সরল না হলে সরলকে পাওয়া যায় না. Until unless you are simple, you won't get simple.
You won't get God, the simple one.
Simple one. Because our mind is so, like all the time it is in waves. Mental modifications.
So what happens? We miss the bus. We miss our reality. But when we are simple, it is so simple.
So the ego of a child is already there within. That's what I want to do. So it's there. You just identify yourself with it. So then,
And Sri Ramakrishna is the example. You know how to weep. He would simply, he was standing, and how to weep for God. Immediately fell down on the ground.
Demonstration.
Started throwing his legs and hands, and started weeping.
Weeping.
Simple. But we have some, pride and
That is why.
this sense that what people will tell, lokalajja, all kinds of.
When you are young, people, every one of us, without exception, we believe that our childhood was the best period of our life. Our parents were there, taking all the responsibilities. You were just carefree. Till you were 7, 8, 9, about 9, 10, you were having a nice time. And then all the troubles have begun. As you just crossed from 10, 11 and 12 and then all, life has become more and more miserable. You know why? Before that, you had a child's ego. Mother is there, my mother is there, my parents are there, take care of it. As the ego starts crystallizing, nowadays it's become even, the bar is lowered. In the old days it was 9, 10 when the ego crystallizes. Now the children are found to even lie at 5 or 6 years old.
And they'll inform police 911.
Yeah. Say, did you take those cookies? No, I did not take. All the cookies are there. No, I didn't take. So, that's when the ego crystallizes, then all your trouble starts. I am so and so, I am this, I am that, I am this, I am that. Gone. So all the troubles of your life are because that ego is now has got raising hell. It has got all these things that it believes it has. That's it. Ami morele, jhuti be jonjo. Guchi be jonjo. When all
that trouble will be stopped.
When the I dies, all trouble cease. So.
What's the difference between Swami Vivekananda and an avatar?
Yeah, the avatar brought him down. That's the difference. You know that vision, Sri Ramakrishna, he's saying his mind was ascending to higher and higher, crossed the stellar realms, the visible universe, enters into the subtle realm of the gods, and then it further went, and there was a luminous barrier that separated the relative from the absolute universe, and his mind even crosses that barrier, where even the gods dare not peep into that realm. And there he saw 7 venerable sages meditating, and then he sees a portion of that luminosity condensed in the form of a child. The child goes to one of the meditating sages, puts its arms around its neck and says, I'm going down. Will you go along? Will you go, or I'm going down? Come along with me. And the sage, meditation was broken. He opens his eyes. He sees that the child is the treasure of his heart. His eyes say, nod in agreement. And he closes his eyes, and that child says, I saw a portion of that Rishi's body and mind descend down. So when Sri Ramakrishna first saw Swami Vivekananda as a young boy, saying this or that sage who has come. Okay. And then he asked, who was the child? So Sri Ramakrishna bought Swami Vivekananda town. That's a. Don't make any distinction, however, between them. Holy Mother also says that Naren has spoken nothing but of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna has spoken through him and made him an instrument. So don't, who is greater, who is better, don't make all these kind of distinctions. These three great powers that have come, you don't realize the world history will be a witness to this. We are just seeing the beginnings of it. And you are fortunate to come here at this point of time. Never has such spiritual power has been released for the good of this world. So who is great? What a difference.
So both are from the same reality.
Yes.
Only for Sri Ramakrishna, we call Shuddha Sattvic Bhagavati Tanu, purest godly form. And for him, it was difficult to come to the West and also to preach, because it is not possible for him. His body was so tender. So he needed another vehicle through which he can preach and go about to the world. So that's why he chose that. But both from the same reality.
In this time during Swamiji's puja there in Seattle, I spoke about this. And Sri Ramakrishna towards the end, he wrote, Jai Radhe Premamoy Naren Shikka Devi. Naren will teach the world. I won't do it. You have to do it. Your very bones will do it. And 3 or 4 days before he passed away, Sri Ramakrishna looked at him steadily, and then Swamiji says, I felt like an electric shock entering into me. And I became unconscious. When I came to, I found Sri Ramakrishna weeping. I said, what happened? Why are you weeping? I've given you my all in all, and I've become a fakir, a beggar. To the power that has been conferred to you, you will do great things. So don't look at this, who's greater and who's better. These are not Jivan Muktas, that is not, these Babajis and this and that, they are not liberated in life. They are not liberated in life. They come to liberate souls. They are not ordinary monks. They are not ordinary souls. They are Nitya Siddhya, ever perfect. Don't class them as with some other, like we have hundreds and hundreds of organizations headed by hundreds and hundreds of spiritual leaders. These are just Jivan Muktas. They maybe have liberated, maybe some enlightened something. These are a class of their own. So, you'll come outclassed if you start asking questions. They come to liberate souls, not just during this time. This will go on for thousands of years. The power that's released will go thousands of years.
And of the same class as Sri Ramakrishna said, he who was Rama and he who was Krishna, now in this form, Ramakrishna. That power. Yuga Purush.
Yeah.
Is God of this era. Though it looks like we are very small in number, but actually we are much powerful.
So you see, this is the power of Holy Mother Sri Ramakrishna Swamiji. And Sri Ramakrishna could never stomach any criticism of Swamiji. Anyone criticizing, throw Ganges water here. This place is polluted because what? Shiva has been criticized here. The Shivaninda is there. So you don't, my God, feel blessed. Don't take your ruler and try to, who's better? They are all 3, 1 and 3.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll say our prayer. Om Purnamada
Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.
Pranam Maharaj.
Who's that?
Good to see you, Maharaj.
I can't see you, but however. Good. Good anyway.
Pranam.
Aparnanjit, Shishya.